Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Powell Valley National Bank.
Look at this view from high above the Sky 5 drone in Buchanan County, Virginia at Southern Gap High School. So glad to have you with us tonight for Friday Night Rivals. Hi, everybody. Casey Getz alongside James Colley. Coach, so excited to be here at the brand new Southern Gap High School.
Yeah, everybody's excited in Buchanan County. Everybody's excited in Dickinson County. You got the big county rivalry coming up here. All the people from Hurley, Grundy, Twin Valley, Council, all consolidated into this school, as well as over in Dickinson County, you had Irving and Hayside and Clintwood. So everybody in the county is here to watch a football game tonight.
A new rivalry will begin tonight. Who are some key players we got to watch for?
Oh, yeah. First for the Wolfpack from Ridgeview, we have number 25, Alex Grant. He's 6'2", 165 pounds. He's a running back. He's a defensive back. Also lines up at wide receiver. Look for him to catch the ball out of the backfield tonight or run it down the field. Last week, he scored 3 touchdowns in a benefit game against Lebanon.
How about for Southern Gap?
On Southern Gap side of the field for the Eagles tonight, we have Carson Blankenship, number 6. He's 6'1", 165 pounds. Had 168 yards rushing last week against Holston. Look for big things out of Carson again tonight, packing a pigskin in the running game with Coach Teston.
Coach, thank you. Time now for tonight's coin toss.
This evening's coin toss is sponsored by Local 538 Union Hall and Training Center. This evening's coin toss is sponsored by Local 538.
We'll be right back with kickoff after this. All right, here's tonight's coin toss here. Southern Gap, obviously the home team, so Ridgeview will call the coin toss in this one. Usually, you like to think when a team usually wins the toss, they defer to the second half.
Yeah,
But
like to get out of that, get that ball the second half coming out of the locker room in the third quarter. But looks like tonight Southern Gap decided to take the ball here and want to put some points on the board early.
yeah, so Southern Gap will receive the opening kickoff as we're just about ready to get things going here on Friday Night Rivals. There's Ridgeview and Southern Gap. They're ready to go here momentarily.
All the guys, they are psyched up. They're ready to go. They can't wait to this kickoff and get out there to hit somebody.
Take me back to when you were at Ridgeview, when it opened, you were the athletic director. What is it like that first week or two at the brand new school, the first football game, second football game? What's that like?
Everybody's excited. Your fans are excited. The student body's excited. The pep rally goes crazy. The people up at the game are jumping up and down. They tell you, we can't wait to the kickoff. We can't wait for the kickoff. They want to see the guys on the field. And, you know, Dickinson County loves football. Buchanan County loves football. And this facility right here is unbelievable.
So Ridgeview will kick off tonight. Braxton Deal, who will also be the quarterback for Ridgeview, will handle the kickoff duties as well for the Wolfpack. This is the season opener for Ridgeview. Southern Gap played their season opener last week. Right here in this field, they beat Holston, looking to get to 2-0 on the season, and we are underway on the mountain here in Buchanan County. This one will be returned by Southern Gap across the 30, 35. Here comes Blankenship across the 45-yard line. What a return by the freshman Carson Blankenship. Southern Gap's going to start coaching there in midfield.
Yeah, just an unbelievable return there. He was able to make the first guy miss there, hit in the middle. Looked like they were kicking everybody to the outside and turned on the jets. You can see the speed that Carson has there. And like you said, almost all the way out to the 50-yard line, 49-yard line. I can see why they wanted the ball first.
Southern Gap will be led by Aiden Whited, number 5. The senior is the quarterback, and you're not going to see a lot of passing out of Southern Gap. Last week they threw a total of 1 pass in that win over Holston, and it was incomplete.
Yeah, we might see a few more passes tonight. I don't know. They might open it up here. Well, look at this. Look at this.
First play of the game, they're going to maybe pass it here. Whited, he's going to decide to tuck it and run, and he gets a big hit out of bounds. And there comes a flag in there. Maybe he was out of bounds when that hit occurred.
Looked like the flag come in there just a little late, but the other player, key player of the game there, Grant, came up from the secondary there, and he laid a lick on the sideline. I think it's caught the pack by surprise right here. You can see he's a little out of bounds, a little late, no flag, and then the flag comes in. So big play. I'm glad to see the quarterback getting up like that, Grant getting up like that, and we'll go play another down, but they'll add 15 onto that. Unnecessary roughness. Late hit out of bounds.
So a big kickoff for Southern Gap, then a 15-yard penalty after the first play. All of a sudden now the ball's inside the 30-yard line for the Eagles. That's a Zach's home first down. They will take it any way they can get it.
Exactly. Just unbelievable field position here in the first quarter, and the game's just started.
First and 10 here for the Eagles. They're going to run it, and it's going nowhere. Look at those white shirts led by big number 60, Gunnar McCoy.
Yeah, they're trying to run over there off the left tackle that time. I don't even believe the guy that pulled was able to get there in time. They was hitting the backfield there. You can see they lost a couple yardage on that.
It'll be 2nd and 13 after a 3-yard loss.
You know, with a running team, you can't afford to have penalties. You can't afford to be in long situations, and 2nd and long's not for a running team.
There's Aiden Whited, the quarterback. He will always be the trivia question of who got the first start in the brand new high school last week. He is under big pressure, and he's going down. What a loss that's going to be. On the sack is Jacob Rasnick for Ridgeview.
Yeah, Rasnick, he came in there, he came in hard. He was from his defensive end position there, number 32. You can see him coming hard, and quarterback, I thought he was going to throw it away, but he reversed field, and it was too late because Rasnick was out there waiting for him.
It's now 3rd and 31 for Southern Gap at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, like last week you mentioned, they threw 1 pass tonight. They've already tried to throw 2 passes, and the quarterback ran on that first one, which was an outstanding play, and that one, the defensive end pressure was able to get in there.
Here's that Ridgeview defense. They were very stout last year, return a lot of guys. 3rd and 31 here. Whited under pressure. He's going to decide to tuck it and run across the 40. Whited has some room on the far side of the field. He gets back close to the original line of scrimmage, but he's going to be well short of a first down on the stop there. Landon Yates.
Yeah, Landon Yates came up from a cornerback position.
Here's a Southern Gap offense that we've seen on a few plays here. And their bread and butter is that offensive line and these backs that they like to rotate as well. We're going to see. We saw Blankenship, who made the big kickoff return. Aiden Baker, someone else who will get a lot of work tonight.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of work. And look for their fullback there, Rowe, to get the ball, too, in the single wing offense. And the wing, they call it, or the H-back coming back in there, Baker, number 20, should play a key part in this, especially if they start running that belly back to the weak side. That's one of the key plays out of a single wing offense.
4th and 15 for Southern Gap. They're going to go for it here. Whited under pressure once again. He's going to try and run for it, and he's got no chance of getting the 15 yards. That's a turnover on downs, and Ridgeview's defense coach makes the first big stand of the game.
Yeah, once they got down to I think it was a 28-yard line, a big play there, sacking the quarterback all the way back near the 50-yard line. I think that was the big play out to slow him down there, and then the pressure. But the quarterback, that was a good scramble, able to get out there and get some positive yardage out of it rather than losing more yards. But we'll see what Ridgeview can do on offense now with Southern Gap going to defense.
Ridgeview has a new quarterback this year, Braxton Deal. He'll be the signal caller, number 2 for the Wolfpack. He is a junior. There's a plethora of backs you're going to see tonight. Xander Wallace, Colin Hill, Alex Grant, and Deal all will be getting a lot of carries tonight. 3 receivers set here for the Wolfpack on first down. It's going to be up the middle. Wallace is going nowhere. He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. There are a lot of black shirts around the football.
Yeah, you can see right there, as soon as he got the ball, number 51, Baker, hit him in the backfield. Looked like a little dive play over here on the left-hand side. And Baker came off from his defensive tackle position there and was able to bring him down.
Ridgeview's offense coach, 4 new starters on the offensive line. That is a concern for Coach Grant.
Yeah, and, Coach Grant talked about that this week. That was one of the keys to the game was controlling the line of scrimmage. With these, anytime you're a running team, you want to control the line of scrimmage.
Colin Hill here on second down. He takes a big hit, but after a big gain for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, Colin Hill was able to turn the corner there. They lost contain. We got a flag on the field back here at about the 35-yard line. Looks like they've got an illegal block coming up here. Maybe a little hold there. Looked like I could see number 5 got his jersey pulled there, Whiter.
We'll get the call, but you can see the referee moving backwards.
Yeah, that's a call. That's just like I said earlier, when you're a running football team, you can't afford first and long, second and long. But that forces you into situations that you don't want to be in. Now you can look. They got to throw the football, or they got to come up with a short pass, maybe a screen draw from the quarterback, and we'll see if he can run. They changed the formation here. You can see.
There's the Southern Gap defense. Only gave up 6 points last week to Holston in the season opener. Going to throw it here on 2nd and 17. Incomplete. Deal's pass. His first pass as the quarterback incomplete, so it's 3rd and 17. Coach, we've played not even 4 minutes. We've seen a 3rd and 31 and a 3rd and 17.
Yeah, penalties,
It's early in the season.
It's early in the season, and 2 variables that comes into play tonight against 2 teams that want to run the football is you can't afford penalties, you can't afford turnovers, and we've seen penalties kill Southern Gap's offense, and now it looks like it's killed Ridgeview's offense with 3rd and 17 here.
Wallace is next to Deal here, 3rd and 17, 4 receivers. Deal's looking deep across the middle. He throws it up. He's got him, and it's caught by Hill all the way down to the 40-yard line. Colin Hill with the first big play on offense tonight for either team.
Looked like they had 3 deep that time, and he was the number 2 receiver over there on that right-hand side, and he just he ran what I refer to as the old eagle route right down the seam. You can see he's right there, and then safety has to come over and make the tackle, and the corner helps out. Big first down for the Wolfpack.
So the eagle route clips the Eagles on defense here.
They got him that time. Somebody missed their coverage there in the secondary.
1st and 10 for Ridgeview at the Southern Gap 40-yard line. Direct snap to Alex Grant. He's across the 35, churning those legs down to the 33-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 for Grant.
They changed the formation that time. Looked to what was referred to years ago as the Wildcat formation. They might call it the Wolf formation. Usually, whatever what team you are, that's what you call it. But that's what it was that time. Like you said, a direct snap to Grant, and he just ran off the right tackle, and there was power football over there on that right-hand side.
All 4 players that have touched the ball so far for Ridgeview: Wallace, Deal, Hill, Grant, all juniors for the Wolfpack. This one's going to go right to Grant up the middle. He has, it looks like, enough for the first down. He needed to get to the 30, and I think that is exactly where he got to.
Yeah, that was really good faking in the backfield there that time. Like you said, he picked up a first down, but direct snap, a little faking going on there, so misdirection.
That's a Zach's home first down for the Wolfpack at the Southern Gap 30-yard line. Just over 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. It's going to be Grant for the 3rd consecutive play. This time he gets down to the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
Yeah, you look at this formation, it's sort of like the old single wing formation is what they're in right now. They got the blocking back up at the line of scrimmage, the quarterback and a halfback back there. They got the wing and the split. That's a little old school Giles County High School.
Last year, Coach Grant said they got a little too reliant on Jalen Deal. It was just give the ball to Jalen. He said they want to have more diversity this year. So far, we've seen 4 different people touch the football in this first drive. Here's Hill for the direct snap. He's inside the 25. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. They're going to mark it at the 21, so it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, Hill made a really good move there in the backfield. You could see 2 defensive guys. They were in the backfield there. I thought they had to play stop for a loss, and Hill was able to get away from him, turn up field for positive yardage, and almost picked up a first down. Yeah, 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. I'm sure we're going to see another running play.
Three different people from Ridgeview have already received the snap of quarterback.
Yeah, and this time they flip-flopped the formation. They went back to where it was strong over to the right side. See the blocking back there in the wing. They're sitting in there tight. 3rd and 1.
It's going to be a direct snap. It's dropped, though, by Wallace, and he is not going to get the first down. Xander Wallace maybe took his eye off the ball there.
I don't know what happened there, but there were 3 guys in the backfield again, and they were able to stop the Wolfpack for a loss of about a half a yard that time. So it's going to bring up 4th down. I'm sure we're going to see another play here out of the Wolfpack. No punting going on now.
Be 4th and 2.
No field goal attempt. It'd be about looks like a 32, 37, 38-yard field goal. So no, they're going to come up to the line of scrimmage. And
if Connor Smith was on the team, it might be a different story, but he's at Arkansas this year. So 4th and 2. Here's the big play of the game. We'll see who gets it. It's going to be Grant off the right side. He's got the first down, and then some. Alex Grant still going. Is he got a touchdown? It is, yes, a touchdown for Alex Grant on 4th and 2.
Yeah, he extended down there on the goal line, put the ball across the end zone, brought it down. Of course, once he hit the ground, he fumbled the ball, but it was already a touchdown by then. We'll see if we got any flags on the play.
A Toyota touchdown there for Alex Grant. Appears to be a little shaken up there maybe on that extension when he was reaching.
Yeah, he hit the ground pretty hard, and the Eagles were coming in there to recover the ball. We'll see what happens here. I think he needs to catch his breath just a little bit.
They're going to try the extra point here. And Connor Smith, they may go for 2 here. They do. It's going to be a little trickery here. It's going to be Deal. He's going to throw it up. That one is going to be intercepted. So 2-point conversion, no good. It's 6-0 Ridgeview. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals on News 5 WCYB.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Powell Valley National Bank.
Welcome back to Southern Gap High School. There is the Sky 5 drone powered by Steve Huff Plumbing. 9 plays, 69 yards. Go the Wolfpack in 4 minutes and an opening drive touchdown for Ridgeview. What a play on 4th and 2 for Alex Grant.
Exactly. You know, he's the key player of the game this week. Scored 3 touchdowns last week. Already got 1 here in the first quarter this week. Just hard running and good blocking over there on that right-hand side for the Wolfpack. Turned it around there. Made that 4th down. So yeah, that's big to put points on the board first. So now we got to get ready for another kickoff here, and we'll see what the Eagles can do on offense for the second time.
How critical is it for Southern Gap to get something positive here? As you mentioned, a team who wants to run the ball, not falling behind. This is the first time they've trailed all season. They didn't trail last week against Holston. If they get too far behind, really will get them out of their game.
Could put a little mental thing as far as that goes. Just had a great move right there and
Braden
it on.
White on the return for Southern Gap. This one's going to be across midfield, so 2 for 2 on great kickoff returns, this time by the senior White.
Yeah, White, you can see he made like 4 guys miss there as soon as he caught the ball, cut back inside. Somebody missing or contained inside there. Didn't stay on the inside shoulder, outside shoulder. See right here, here's the replay. He cuts inside. Guys are following each other. You don't follow your numbers down. You got to spread out a little bit. Stay in your lanes.
So you think there might be some work on that in practice next week for Ridgeview?
I'm thinking that's going to happen. Once they see this film, you don't follow your own jersey down the fields.
Another great field position for Southern Gap. This drive starts at the Ridgeview 40-yard line, but a big hit on first down. Wow, that was Logan Justice laying the lumber.
Yeah, Logan came in there from his defensive end, and Logan is a strong kid, maybe the strongest kid on Ridgeview's team, and he was coming hard, and he had the C gap covered all the way down to the B and A. That was a hit.
Did his father play for you?
He sure did. He played for me, and he was an outstanding football player. He was a really good lineman, and I think Logan is following in his dad's footsteps.
No gain there on first down for Southern Gap. 2nd and 10, they're going to run to the right side again, and not much there. Tripped up by Colin Hill. That's Aiden Baker getting the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 8 after a gain of 2.
That was actually a trap play. It was going back inside there, and Baker had to cut it outside because it was clogged up in there, and then had a great play by the defense there coming up there for the stop, and so you bring it up 3rd and 8. So that's another big play. Usually this is a passing down. They're a running football team, so this puts them in a little trouble. The waggle pass that they've tried to run, the quarterbacks had great.
Look at the views here from Southern Gap High School. Just an absolutely beautiful facility. Packed there. I got here at 4:30, and there are people tailgating in the parking lot. Excited for this game. This run up the middle on 3rd and 8 is going to get maybe 2. So now it's going to be 4th and 6. On that carry was Gunnar Baker. Obviously, you think Southern is going to go for it here on 4th and 6.
Yeah, they're on the 36-yard line there. So I think they're going to go for it. Anytime you get across the 40-yard line, it's if you punt a field goal, ball bring it out to the 20-yard line if you miss it, but they also can return that.
Now, every time they've tried to pass it, the quarterback has decided to tuck it and run.
Yeah, got the pressure. Look for the ends to come hard, but here's the thing: the ends have got to stay in control. You can't let the quarterback get outside of you right here.
So we'll see what Southern Gap does on 4th and 6. As we're under 3 minutes left here in the opening quarter. It's 6-0 Ridgeview. And that ball's on the ground. It's recovered by the Wolfpack, and that's Justice. A bobbled snap, and Logan Justice recovers.
Logan came hard from his defensive end, a little fumble on the snap there. So really and truly, if they got tackled at the line of scrimmage, they lost 5 plays because it's 4th down. They're going for it anyway. So that gave 5 more yards to Ridgeview on that play.
We're taking the timeout. We'll be back on Friday Night Rivals. Welcome back to Southern Gap High School. A beautiful look here at the campus once again. School just started last Friday. Our Sky 5 drone powered by Steve Huff Plumbing. Thank you to Keith Roberts and Jason Hutchinson flying our drone, giving you these beautiful, gorgeous looks here on top of the mountain. 6-0 Ridgeview here, 2:46 left in the first quarter. This will be the second possession of the game coming up here for Ridgeview. A packed house here tonight. Again, there were people already here at 4:30 when I got here 3 hours before kickoff.
Yeah, excitement's in the air, especially here at this new facility, the new school, and all the students in the county coming together. So, yeah, a lot of excitement. And you can see right here there are 8 guys in the box. They got the line of scrimmage packed. Not much running room in there for Grant.
Yeah, Grant, who's shaking up in that touchdown run, gets the first carry for Ridgeview on offense. He's out across the 40 to the 43 for a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, it makes it when you've got all the gaps are filled there. They're up there close. Those linebackers look like they were within 3 yards, maybe 2 yards of the line of scrimmage, and when the ball was snapped, they're stepping forward.
A direct snap here goes to Hill, and he's going to get brought down.
Yeah, he was hit immediately in the backfield that time.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have our Terra Tech Engineering halftime report. We'll have some interviews with administrators from the schools. We'll have some first half highlights, some talk to both of the coaches. All of that will be coming up during the Terra Tech Engineering halftime report.
Yep, that was 51 Baker. We've seen a lot of him tonight in the backfield, and he was in the backfield at that time from his nose man. He's playing nose man that time. He plays nose and defensive tackle. Every which way they're sliding to this time. He's going over to the right-hand side this time.
3rd and 8. Deal looking to the right, quick throw to the outside. It's caught. Some good blocking, but I think there's a flag, and ball's on the ground, recovered by Ridgeview. Coach, wonder if there's a block in the back here?
Yeah, I think they're going to get for illegal block or hold in here on the outside. And so that's 3rd down. They might decline this. Of course, Coach Tester might want to back him up, but we'll see what he happens. It's, yeah, they're going to back him up here. It's nope. Let's see.
We got block in the back. Offense number 10. Activity is declined. Result of the play.
So they declined the penalty. It's 4th and 6. Here's Southern Gap head coach Greg Tester. He was a longtime coach at Hurley. He also was recently, he was an assistant under Luke Owens for several years at Wise Central. But I asked him why did he want to come back and do it this time. He said with this consolidation, he has more numbers. He feels like that's better. You can have better practices, better chance of success. So that was really what appealed to him to come back and get into coaching.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that he's the head coach. He played football over at UVA Wise, outstanding running back for them, did an excellent job while he was at Hurley. And now he's back, like you said, he's got the numbers here. And that's one big thing you have to have in football. You got to have some numbers. You got to have a depth chart. You got to get other people in the game. And they're doing a good job so far tonight. You know, Ridgeview was able to march down the field that first drive, but they held them that time. And so here we are with Southern Gap with the ball for the 3rd time on offense.
Kent Grant, the coach of Ridgeview, told me that he was going to be nervous the first time they punted the ball because, again, they had Connor Smith for the last 3 years, who now is in the SEC at Arkansas. But that one went great there for Ridgeview's punt unit. And now they have got Southern Gap back at the 21-yard line, the worst starting field position of the game so far for Southern Gap by far. We'll see if their offense can get going here with under a minute left in the first quarter. They're going to do a little counter back to the left. That's going to be Baker out to the 25.
Yeah, excellent run there. You see they pulled the guard to do a little kick out there. Was able to seal off, and he was able to cut up field. Excellent run.
Kent Grant, the 2nd-year head coach of Ridgeview, longtime defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's been a defensive coordinator for many years at Clintwood High School and then consolidation at Ridgeview High School. And he also played football at Wise, and him and Tester are good friends. They've known each other for a long time.
Yeah, Coach Grant said that he was actually a GA, I believe, when Tester played at Wise. So their relationship goes back a long way here. Might be the final play of the first quarter. And it'll be a run to Blankenship, and he's not going to get much. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. It's 6-0 Ridgeview. We'll come back with a big third down for the Eagles. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals on News 5 WCYB.
Your Mountain Area Ford dealers are proud to recognize our News 5 Sports Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Each week, News 5 and your Mountain Area Ford dealers will honor one student athlete from each of the schools playing on Friday Night Rivals.
Our honoree from Ridgeview is Carly Sykes. Sykes is a two-time state champion in track and an all-state tennis player. She has a 4.23 GPA and volunteers with special needs students in Dickinson County and with local youth camps. From Southern Gap, we honor Megan Hess. Hess is an all-conference volleyball, basketball, and softball player. She's a Beta Club member and active in the Key Club and National Honor Society.
All Scholar athletes have the opportunity to compete for a $5,000 scholarship to be awarded at the end of the season.
We're getting ready for the start of the second quarter here at Southern Gap High School. The Eagles trail Ridgeview 6-0. It's 3rd and 3 for Southern Gap as we start quarter number 2. Coach, overall thoughts for the first quarter here?
Well, it's two coaches that like to run the football. We've seen a lot of running plays, a couple pass plays. Most of them have been incomplete. Was able to complete that one long one there early. So we'll see what the Eagles do here on 3rd and 3. Big play right here.
Be 3rd and 3. They call a timeout. Southern Gap's going to take a timeout here before we run a play. So maybe they were looking for a formation.
I think they were trying to draw them off sides there. You could see a little head bobbing there with the quarterback. So he was expecting them to jump. Maybe they've been going on one a lot. Went on two, and Ridgeview was watching the football, not listening to sound. Because usually coming.
We're going to take a timeout here while Southern Gap talks it over.
Toyota and your local Toyota dealer are combining resources to support our area high schools. We stand together as community partners for our high school athletes and their families to help schools and students get the most out of their high school years. Toyota is proud to join News 5 WCYB, Fox 39 WEMT, and Tri-Cities CW to provide each host team with a charitable donation to their school. Proudly presented by Toyota and your local Toyota dealer. Tonight's donation goes to the Southern Gap Eagles.
We're back at beautiful Southern Gap High School, the Sky 5 drone powered by Steve Huff Plumbing. Beautiful shot here, packed house tonight. It's 3rd and 3 for Southern Gap. First play of the second quarter is going to be Blankenship, the freshman. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, so big decision now for Greg Tester. It's 4th and 1 from his own 30.
I think you got to punt this. I'm not going for it. I'm punting. I'm only down 6-0. I've been playing pretty good defense except for that one drive. They had a couple big plays on me, so yeah, I'm punting the football and we'll play defense. That time there were 8 guys in the box. Ridgeview's lined up in that 53, and that wing was on a little reverse, and Ridgeview was able to come up and make the stop.
Southern Gap lined up in punt formation here, 4th and 1. That's going to be Matt Thompson. How often do you see a lineman as your punter? The big man with a big boot. Line drive. It takes a bounce. Bobbled by Grant. Alex Grant on the return. He breaks through the line. Alex Grant has a lot of turf in front of him. Alex Grant is going to take this one all the way for the touchdown. A backbreaker for Southern Gap as Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, no flags on the field. The gunner down the field made him miss there. Thought they had a chance of getting him. Once he got by the second guy, he hit the sideline over there. They had a little wall set up over there, and you could see Grant, he's pretty fast. He's definitely a key player of the game. 2 touchdowns tonight. You can see right here when he gets the football here.
Grant bobbled this there. He picks this one up about the 36-yard line, and right there's 2 black jerseys that missed after that. It was off to the races.
And everybody else is chasing. I'm pretty sure one of his touchdowns last week was a punt return against Lebanon in the benefit game. So 3 touchdowns last week, 2 this week. Big play to start the second quarter for the Wolfpack.
So Southern Gap down 12-0. Ridgeview now will shift in and do a traditional extra point attempt here. They went for 2 on their first possession, did not get it. This extra point is going to be up, and it is good. It's 13-0. Ridgeview on top of Southern Gap. That was Braxton Deal with the extra point, the quarterback.
Big play for him. Yeah, the little razzle-dazzle there on that first extra points, and then they sort of, they shifted out to it right then. They were set up for a razzle-dazzle play again, and then the defense covered it, so they shift back in, and he kicks it and is able to get it through the upright for the extra point. So definitely the punting game.
Early in the season, special teams play a big role for Ridgeview. Their kickoff coverage has not been great, but their punt return, they get a touchdown on it.
Yeah, well, Southern Gap took advantage of their poor coverage on the kickoff and was able to get awesome field position. And now here, we'll see what happens here on this kickoff, if Ridgeview stays in their lanes or not. But, like you said, that punt return, that's just the way you practice it, the way you draw it up.
I asked both coaches, because this is game 2 for Southern Gap, game 1 for Ridgeview, and I said, do you think it's an advantage? What advantage possibly do you have from Coach Tester's perspective? And he's like, well, we only played 1 scrimmage, so he's like, this is, they got 2. They obviously just, our second one was a game that counted. And Coach Grant, though, is like, I would much rather have had a game in the bag already for this point, because it's different when they start keeping score.
Everything's different. The players, they're aware of it when it's a scrimmage or a benefit game. They know that it doesn't count as far as standings go. So, yeah, it's totally different in their head, but you want them to perform their best, whether it's a benefit game or the first game of the year.
Look at all the cars parked on the side of the hill here. Parking, hot item ticket here tonight. It's kickoff low on the ground, so Ridgeview tries something different and better success they have. So maybe they found something. Coach just squib kick it in.
Yeah, that was a little squib kick down there in McFall. You can see number 12. He's just a sophomore. Got down there in the middle and was able to make a big tackle right there near the 30-yard line. So it's still good field position for the Eagles. We'll see what happens. And they're a run football team. Talking to Tester this week, he said, hey, we got to establish the line of scrimmage. And they need to do that right here on offense right now and get something positive going. Hopefully get some points on the board for them here in the second quarter before they go into halftime. We've got almost 11 minutes left. Plenty of time. They don't have to be in a hurry.
This drive will start at their own 28-yard line. It's 13-0. Ridgeview over Southern Gap. 10 minutes, 50 seconds left in the second quarter. It's going to be a counter play on first down. And not much running room there for Aiden Baker.
Yeah, a little trap play coming back in there, and Aiden Baker, you can see the quarterback reverses out and then hands back to the wingback coming back through there. Our lineman's pulling to kick out. So, yeah, Ridgeview made a really good stop there. Looked like there was a hole to begin with, and then the linebackers came up and closed it up.
Look at all these cars down below the field on your right-hand side and the big parking lot up top. Over on the left side, parking where you can find a spot.
Hey, you got it. There's a lot of people here tonight to see this football game in a beautiful facility.
2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun for the first time. Whited is going to run it, and he's going to get back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, 2 yards on the play, I believe. And that time you could see 8 men in the box, and the safety was walked up too, and they're playing man-to-man on the outside. So it's 3rd down. They'll probably change the coverage on this since it's a passing down. But I'm sure that Southern Gap's going to put that coverage down on paper and come back and maybe throw a pass later because you got single coverage, maybe a quick slant, getting to the middle of the field because the safety's walked up helping out on the run.
3rd and 8 from the 30. We're going to get a flag on the play.
Looks like a little movement on the offense that time. So that backs them up 5 more yards. That puts them even a bigger hole. A little movement on the line maybe before the snap.
All-star offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
Looks like there's maybe a back. I think he said, yeah.
He said 70.
70? Oh, okay, 70. So the lineman there. We don't want to mention Thompson's name. He's the right guard.
And also the punter.
Yeah. Punting the football tonight. So they got to do something on this in 3rd and long.
3rd and 13. White is going to maybe throw it. He does throw it. This time it's incomplete. He was looking for Mason Rife, so Southern Gap still has not completed a pass yet in school history.
Yeah, they're a running football team. And right now, once you get into long situations, and what's 3rd and long, you got to throw the football. And you can't afford to take a penalty anytime a running football team because that backs you up and makes for a different animal there. And you can see quarterback did an excellent job scrambling, getting away from the pressure to able to throw the ball. But Landon Yates was coming hard from the outside there from his corner position.
So Thompson will punt it again. The last time he punted it, Grant took it back to the house for Ridgeview. We'll see if they maybe try and kick it away from him. It is 4th and 13. Play clock is at 10. Ridgeview not really coming after it. Thompson, a nice kick here, but it's right at Grant. He may make a couple people miss here on the left side. Southern Gap, though, does a good job on containing. He's out of bounds inside the 40. We are going to take a timeout before Southern Gap defense tries to make a stop and get back in the game. Ridgeview on top 13-0. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals on WCYB.
The Dobbins-Bennett Indians versus the Gate City Blue Devils are Toyota's Friday night rivals, September 4th on News 5. Toyota's Friday night rivals, presented by Powell Valley National Bank.
Welcome back to Southern Gap. Ridgeview on top 13-0, and you just saw the promo before we came back there. Next week we will be in Gate City. The Blue Devils hosting Dobbins-Bennett, the first time since 1970 that the Indians will play at Legion Field.
Oh, yeah, unbelievable. Two football teams with great history. Should be a great game there next week.
Here is Hill on first down, direct snap, and he is inside the 35. Nice gain on first down. Coming up at halftime will be the TerraTech Engineering Halftime Report. We have interviews with coaches, administrators, some highlights from the first half. All that coming up on the TerraTech Engineering Halftime Report in 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
And we might see that same play again here, Casey. They lined up in that single wing formation there again. They got a twin set, so they do away with the wing, twin set, power left running to the left, and it's power left running to the left.
There they go. Hill fighting for a first down yardage. He has a Zach's home first down inside the 30.
And, both teams are stacking the box, right? They had 8 guys up in there. The safety's walking up. Of course, you have to have 2 guys on the outside covering the receivers, but it's man coverage out there. Of course, right now they're having success running the ball, and I don't see it going in the air right now. Probably with going back to that same formation, looks like. No, they have a wing. It's a strong wing over there on that left-hand side this time.
This time they're going to hand it off to the quarterback, Deal. A little trickery, and Deal is going to take it in for the touchdown, 27-yard touchdown from Braxton Deal.
That's the old trap play coming back, a little scissors trap going to the inside, pull the man kicking out, and he saw the kick-out block, and he cut up. Great faking in the backfield there by the quarterback and the other guys. You can see it right here. He fake right there, turns up, big 54 coming around there, opening up a hole that time. That's Logan Justice. Not only is he playing tough at defensive end, but also on the line that time. Yeah, Deal gets into the end zone.
Ridgeview makes it 19-0 as Braxton Deal scores his first touchdown of the season. They're going to do that formation again here. Deal throws it. It is complete. It's caught by Wallace for the 2-point conversion. So they tried it the first time, didn't work. The second time, it works for 2 points, so we'll get to 21-0.
Yeah, you can see it. It's the old spread set right there, and just a guy in the slot position there. He just comes across the field. Nobody's covered him, and Deal scrambled a little bit to the right, had enough time to get rid of it. Got him in the end zone, scored 2.
I asked Coach Tester earlier in the week, I said, is this game a measuring stick? Because it's a jumping competition from where they were with Holston. And he said yes and no. He said it is, but also this is year one. He's like, Rome wasn't built in a day. He's like, it's going to take some time for us to get this program where we want to. But certainly this is the level in Ridgeview who they're seeing as the team that's a perennial contender in Class 2. That's where Southern Gap is. And so they are seeing this is where we're going to have to take our game if we want to play with the top teams in the region.
Exactly. Southern Gap, Division II team, they're in the Southwest District. They're over there with Graham, who's controlled that district for a few years now, as well as the region. Union was able to get them there last year. But, Southern Gap, tough district over there in the Southwest District.
21-0 here. Ridgeview kicking off. This will be Deal after he just scored the touchdown. They're going to stick with the squib kick. Blankenship's going to field it at the 15. Blankenship, just a freshman, but he shows some big-time burst, Coach.
Hey, he's got some speed. He's got that extra gear there. Once he sees that hole, he hits it, and like you say, he's turning on the jets right there, able to get up to the 35-yard line, and that's after bobbling the ball and getting by 2 or 3 Ridgeview's defenders coming down the field.
That scoring drive for Ridgeview, 3 plays, 38 yards, took just 1 minute, 16 seconds off the clock. Certainly critical here for Southern Gap, down 3 scores, close to midway through the second quarter. Need to try and just get a couple first downs here, get some positive momentum on offense.
Yeah, Ridgeview, you can see they got 8 guys in the box, and those corners are in there tight as well. So there's a lot of people to block up there.
That's a direct snap to Braden White for Southern Gap. He's going to pick up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Looked like the ball came out, but it was a little late. The whistle's already sounded, and so it's going to be 2nd down.
Now, you mentioned Southern Gap in the Southwest District, but because this is the 2nd year of a 2-year scheduling cycle, they had to kind of take Grundy's schedule and just plug some holes where they could. So they are not eligible for the Southwest District Championship because they're not playing everybody in the district. They can get in the postseason if they're one of the top 8 teams in Region 2D.
Yeah, that and you said it, and he hit the nail on the head about in between cycles when you're consolidating there. That makes it really, really
Ball's
tough.
on the ground here for Southern Gap. White in trouble. He's going to go down for a big loss all the way back to the 29, and Logan Justice in the play again for Ridgeview.
Yeah, people don't realize how big a play that was there for White. He was able to get that ball and get down on it. He wasn't fumbling the ball, wasn't giving it to Ridgeview in an unbelievable field position. So it's bringing up 3rd and long. Once again, it's that passing situation for a running football team. I think we might see that waggle pass. That's one of the big plays out of the wing tee. We'll see if they get time to throw it. I'm sure Ridgeview, Coach Grant over there being the defensive guy he is, they're going to send a linebacker. We're going to see somebody coming just besides those 5 front guys. We'll see what they draw up here on offense. Tester might have a screen play here coming up in the middle with all those people rushing. We'll see what happens.
The 3rd and 16, and we're going to get a timeout here by Southern Gap.
Yeah, they're second.
They're going to take their 2nd timeout, talk it over before a 3rd and 16 play.
Yeah, I don't know what the situation was, if they decided to change the play and there wasn't enough time on the play clock, or if they seen something, the way they were lined up was off. So we'll see what happens here after this timeout when they get back on there. And defense right now, this is a situation as a defensive coordinator that you want to be in when it's 3rd and long. You know they have to throw the ball, and you're coming. You're telling those linemen, hey, go. He's throwing the football. Get to the quarterback. We'll meet there. And I'm sure a linebacker is going to be there as well. And they've got 8 guys sitting up there right now, and they might stick 9 in there, be man coverage on the outside. We'll see where the safety's playing on this. They had backed the safety up a little bit on 3rd down. We'll see if he backs up this time.
A great crowd on hand tonight, both schools, and now both of these counties, 1 high school in Dickinson County, 1 high school in Buchanan County. They're going to play for not only tonight the Friday Night Rivals Trophy, but a yearly Black Coal Miners Trophy now they have as well. That's just started for this. So these 2 schools, I have a feeling, will be playing early in the season for many years to come. 3rd and 16. Whitehead's going to throw it deep down the left-hand side. That one is intercepted on the play by Landon Yates for Ridgeview.
Yeah, they were in a twin set to the left side, and the 2 receiver did a wheel route. Landon Yates is playing corner. He was in a zone. He's got deep 3rd that time. He was just backing up, reading the quarterback, and he just broke on the football. Catch it at its highest point. You can see right here. Ball's in the air a long time. Going up, bringing it down. That's really a good play because you got the ball now and you don't have to worry about them punting. You don't have to worry about making a mistake as far as a punt return team. And now you got the ball back on offense, and they've been running pretty good. You can see looks like they're in a single wing again. They're missing a player over here on this side.
Ridgeview going to start this drive at their own 42-yard line. Deal's going to hand it off here to Hill.
That is number 1 on the carry, Xander.
That's Xander Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace actually made an unbelievable play. They had 2 linemen pulling, and the defense was in the backfield, and Wallace was able to make a couple guys miss and get upfield, good forward body lean, and pick up probably four valuable yards there on 1st down. And Wallace, his dad played for me, but he was a lineman. So his dad didn't have the speed that his son has.
So he must have got the speed from Mom, I guess.
He must have got the speed from Mom, and I'm sure it's a happy mom and dad right there.
2nd and 6 for the Wolfpack, approaching 5 minutes left here. Deal's going to throw it deep. That one is incomplete. He was looking for Hill.
Yeah, he had Hill there. The defense was getting over there, just a little overthrown there. You could see they changed their formation. It was at a trip set that time. So, they'll come back, trying to catch them by surprise there on second down.
It's time we get loud and proud here for your Eagles defense. Let's hear it.
3rd and 6 is a big opportunity for Southern Gap's defense here to get a stop.
Yeah, they get a stop here. I'm thinking that the Wolfpack will punt the football because they're on their own side of the 50-yard line.
We'll see here if Alex Grant touches the football. Has not yet on this possession. Number 25 has 2 touchdowns so far for the Wolfpack. This one is going to be Grant off the right side. Cuts it back. Alex Grant, the first down and more. 25 says, see you later. He makes it in for the touchdown. Yes, he does. Alex Grant, great footwork, coach down the sideline.
Yeah, he just followed his blockers up in there, and it was a lot like Blankenship there a while ago. Once he seen that lane, he turned on the jets there. He was able to hit another gear, and you could see Blankenship's chasing him down the sideline. I thought he had him here. See him coming through right here, gets by those guys. Now he turns on the speed. You can see Blankenship right there behind him. I think Blankenship's going to catch him, and he was able to pick his legs up and dive into the end zone. Great effort by Blankenship and great effort by Grant there that time to get into the end zone.
Grant with a hat trick here in the first half. 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing and 1 on a punt return. Deal will attempt the extra point here to make it 28-0. And that is good. Ridgeview pulling away here in their opener to the 2026 season, up 28-0. It was 6-0 after the first quarter, but the Wolfpack with 22 points here so far in quarter number 2. Southern Gap High School, the home team, in a big hole here. Ridgeview on top 28-0 in the second quarter with 5 minutes left. Alex Grant, his 3rd touchdown of the game. He has 71 yards rushing on 5 carries. That's 14 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns rushing, and he also has a punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, he's been explosive tonight. We might see him get the ball a few more times.
You know what I learned about Alex Grant earlier this week? His dad was telling me, his coach, Kent Grant is his father, but he said that Alex actually has his own sheep farm.
Oh, wow.
He has 13 sheep that he takes care of on a farm, and he said he's been into it, he loves it, and he's got 13 sheep, and he has 3 touchdowns tonight. That kickoff is going to be down inside the 20. A late flag here. I think that's going to be on Landon Yates for a late hit on Blankenship.
Yeah, he's already down, and then that's not good right there. That's 15 extra yards laid onto it, and he's down on the ground. Ball's dead. Yeah.
You think you can handle 13 sheep?
No, not now. No way. No way.
Personal foul, late hit, number 7 on the kicking team. It's 15 yards after the end of the return. Down.
That's a good call right there.
Yeah, it was a good call. He was down. Of course, we can't hear the whistle up here, but he's down. It's a dead ball. We'll see if Ridgeview keeps stacking the box here on defense. And the Southern Gap's got an answer here. Seems like sooner or later they got to break one in there in the line of scrimmage. Once you get past the line of scrimmage, there's nobody there. The linebackers are coming up. You get by them. There's the safeties walked up, especially on the first and second down.
Southern Gap down 28-0 here. We'll see if their offense can get a couple drives going here. It's going to be a first down run to Baker, and he gets nothing back to the original line of scrimmage. A lot of white jerseys on the play, one of them including Rasnick, 32.
Yeah, Rasnick's defensive end, and he was just crashing down hard. And the play was actually designed to go to the right side. He cut upfield, and Rasnick was there with him at the line of scrimmage. So yeah, that was a good play by the defensive end that time there. Now, if you had faked that and a quarterback had bootlegged that, there's nobody out there. Linebackers inside, ends crash down, corners man-to-man on the outside here. Run the man off deep.
This will be Baker on second down trying to go left. He makes one man miss, and that ball all comes out. I think Hill has it. They're going to say he's down, though.
Yeah, they're going to say he's down. I think Hill's he was holding the ball a little loose, and Hill sort of stripped him, man. We might see a replay on this. Just a really good landing. I believe it was Landon Yates came off his man out here at cornerback and came upfield and made the first contact to slow the runner down and was able.
Look at the moon there on the right side of your screen right there.
Oh man, that's a beautiful shot right there.
Let's check out this replay. They say his knee was down. It's close.
It's really, really close. Really close.
Tie goes to the offense.
Yeah, I'm going to say good call by the officials. I think they got that right. Southern Gap still has the football.
3rd and 8. Under 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Whited under pressure. He's scrambling. Comes back to the left. He's got a little bit of time now, directing his lineman, and then he runs out of room as he's brought down. Great pursuit. That was Yates on the stop.
Yeah, he left his man in the secondary and came up to make the stop that time. A really good scramble there. I mean, you look, he could have lost 20 yards on that play. He was able to get back up and save some valuable yardage there, but they're going to have to punt the ball now. It's 4th down.
See Coach Tester with a word for his senior quarterback, Aiden Whited. The 4th and 15, under 3 minutes left there in the first half. And all Ridgeview tonight so far.
Guy comes off the field a little late there. Looks like they're short a player. They're short a player this time on the punting team.
Play clock is down to 5, and Southern Gap's going to call their final timeout of the first half.
Yeah, that's a smart. They only had 10 guys on the field. They were missing an end on the left-hand side.
Southern Gap out of timeouts now in the first half. Down 28-0 here. 2:26 left here. Look at that shot of that moon.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, red moon up on top of Southern Gap looking out. You people look out your window tonight. You don't. It doesn't get much better than that.
I'm not sure if the people at home can hear the music over the PA system here playing a little Dolly Parton. Very fitting this week.
Yes, I've listened.
her legacy will live on for generations because of what she's done with the Imagination Library.
Unbelievable what that lady's done for the communities all around.
After the timeout by Southern Gap, they're going to punt it here. And they're going to try and keep it away from Alex Grant. And it's going to bounce, and Grant is saying, get away from it. So good job there by Southern Gap to punt it where he can't return it. Ridgeview is going to get good field position, though, out at their own 39-yard line with 2:19 left in the first half. There is Alex Grant, the sheep farmer, 3 touchdowns. One was a punt return. 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's had a big night in the first half.
You know, this junior class for Ridgeview, last year they had a nice senior group and a bunch of sophomores who were complementary players. These juniors now are the players because their senior class, they have 4 seniors, and Coach Grant said only 2 of them start. So it's a very junior-dominated starting lineup for the Wolfpack. This is going to be Hill on first down, but the Southern Gap defensive line is going to drop him for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, they were in the backfield there before he got a chance to start that time. There was no place to go. Crashed in hard from the end. They pulled a couple linemen there. There's another Blankenship, number 60, I think, that got him in the backfield, or 63, I mean. So, yeah, they went lost 2 yards on that play.
Ridgeview not in a hurry here as we're under 2 minutes left. They will get the ball to start the second half. Get officials timeout here.
A lineman went off the field. They sent a lineman off the field, got another lineman in. See what happens here.
We have a new right guard.
Yeah, they hadn't even started a play clock, so they were
just shuffled the line again here. Deal is going to throw it. He's under pressure. And he gets sacked. He gets dropped for a loss on the play, but a flag comes in, maybe a horse collar?
I'm not for sure, but it could be because he was, looked like they dragged him down from behind. You see what they call here.
It's Josh Keller.
And we have flags in
looking around. That would be a big penalty against Southern Gap. That would, I think that's also listed as a personal foul, and they'll get a first down out of this. We'll see right here what they call. Yeah, that's yeah. Back of the jersey. You can see Coach over on the sideline. He was hollering horse collar, throw the flag. We'll find out here from the official what the call.
Horse collar tackle, defense. Penalty, enough yardage for a first down.
Justin Pruitt, our referee tonight.
Yeah, that was a big call. Moves the ball past the 50-yard line with 1:30. They got plenty of time to score, but they'll have to speed things up right now. And they've got 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, if that's just a regular sack, it's 3rd and long, and Ridgeview probably is going to just maybe fold up shop in the first half. Deal's going to roll to the right. He's going to run in here, try to cut it back, and he's down at the 40-yard line. Nice run there by Braxton Deal.
But clock's still running. They haven't called a timeout yet. They'll be down probably under a minute. Time they snap this ball.
It's now 2nd down, 2nd and about 3 to go.
It's a fine line between you don't want to leave much time for your opponent, but also in case you get a penalty or something crazy happens, you want to take it down to the final second either. Here as we're now under a minute remaining in the first half. It's 2nd down from the 40-yard line. And Hill is going to break 3 tackles. Hill cuts it outside. Nice block. And Hill is going to take it in for the touchdown from 40 yards out. It's 34-0, Coach.
It looked like they had him hemmed up right there at the line of scrimmage. Linebackers had him. There was no way that he was getting out of that. It looked like great defensive play, and for some way he was able to come out of that, and there's nobody else left in the secondary. Had one guy out there, and he was blocked inside. Once Hill cut to the outside, you can see right here. Then Hill goes on up the field, cuts to the outside, and it's off to the races from there.
Nice block by Brenton Cantrell, the sophomore on the outside, made that final block to spring Hill.
Lined up wide again there in that spread formation for the extra point, coming back in there.
Deal's extra point is no good. So it's 34-0 Ridgeview. with 42 seconds left here in the first half.
I'm sure we're going to see another squib kick here. And Colin Hill he improved his wrestling average with that play right there.
Last year, Ridgeview made it to the region championship game. They went 11-2 on the season, both losses to Union, regular season and in the region championship game. So if preseason look here, you have to say Union until someone beats them. They're the team that beat in the Mountain 7, but Ridgeview figures to be in that 2 position. They're fighting with Abingdon and Gate City.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good right now in that 2 position, and like you say, they're going to play when they play Abington. Abington's going to be bigger, they're going to be stronger, and the same thing in the district with Gate City, and they got a new coaching staff over there at Y Central. They got a lot of young players, but Y Central is going to be vastly improved. And of course, Union with a new coach over there, Coach Harless, and of course they still have their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, and we got a lot of young kids. They lost 4 or 5 key players last year, and the big running back for them, who was the star player of the year in Southwest Virginia, he's over at Wise now playing in college.
Deal.
Braxton Deal.
This time he's going to kick it away. This one is going to go out of bounds, so good field position coming up for Southern Gap. We will see the top 4 preseason teams in the Mountain 7. We're going to see Gate City next week against Dobbins-Benton. We're going to see Abingdon in a couple of weeks when they play Tennessee High. And Union we will see when they play out Lebanon in October.
Yeah, some really good football teams. Good football teams on the schedule. You're going to see good football teams. They decide whether they're going to take this penalty, bring the ball up.
Here's our remaining Friday Night Rivals schedule. They're all great games, but there's a couple that really jump out to you. Happy Valley and Hampton, they are both
Kickoff out of bounds on the kicking team. 35-yard line. First down.
off to great starts. Of course, Eastside, Rye Cove, and then Greenville, Elizabethton to end it. Doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, just some. If you like high school football, those games are all going to be exciting football games. You've got to tune into to station number 5 there in Bristol, WCYB, to watch football games on Friday night, and maybe the sister station over there on Fox once in a while. Great football.
Southern Gap at the 35. They're going to run it here down to the 39. It'll be a gain of 4 yards.
Yeah,
for the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles, they were able to just bounce it outside the tackle that time and get upfield. Had some good blocking over there on that right-hand side. Thompson at right guard, big number 70.
Down to 10 seconds here. We'll see if Southern Gap wants to run one more play here in the half. Ridgeview's back in their guys.
Looked like they flip-flopped the lineman that time.
It'll be a run here off the right side. That was Caden Justice. That'll be how the first half ends. All Ridgeview in the second quarter. They scored 28 points in the second quarter. It was just 6-0 after the first quarter, but the Wolfpack flex here in quarter number 2. They're up 34-0. We are going to catch up with Ridgeview head coach Kent Grant here before his team heads into the locker room to get his thoughts on the first half.
I'm sure he has to be feeling pretty good anytime you go into the locker room and the other team hasn't scored, and you put that many points on the board. You got to be a happy guy.
Ridgeview, 5 touchdowns in the first half, 3 of them by Alex Grant. Hill had a nice touchdown run as well, and then as did Braxton Deal. We are now joined by Kent Grant, the head coach of Ridgeview. Coach, a bit of a slow start, but you're up 34-0. What were your impressions on the first half?
Can't you hear us? We're having a little technical difficulty there.
All right, Coach can't hear us, so we'll have to just take a break here, and we'll start our halftime report coming up. The Terra Tech Engineering halftime report will be coming up after this.
Welcome to the TerraTech Engineering Halftime Show, serving 4 states with engineering, surveying, and design services since 1997.
Welcome back to Southern Gap High School. It is 34-0. Ridgeview on top of Southern Gap. All right, we do have Ken Graham. We got our audio issues straightened out. Coach, can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
I got you, Casey.
Hey, Coach Graham.
Yeah, I got you, Coach.
All right, Coach. You guys got 6 points in the first quarter, but 28 in the second. What was the big turnaround in the second quarter for you guys?
I think just settling in. We kept digging ourselves in a hole. Can you tell we haven't covered a kickoff in 2 years with Connor? So we got to learn how to cover some kickoffs here, and we'll be all right.
Coach, you got to be proud of how explosive your offense came out there in the second quarter. I mean, they just explosive running backs. They would hit the hole and turn on some speed and get into the end zone.
Yeah, that was good to see. Getting through there and getting to the second level there at the start. It was just small gains and just kind of moving the chains there. But it was good to get some explosives.
Coach, thank you for staying with us. We appreciate it. Best of luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Time now for our Powell Valley National Bank halftime segment.
At Powell Valley Bank, we're proud to support organizations that are there for our neighbors when they need it most. I'm Amy Mellinger, Chief Operations Officer and volunteer board member for Family Crisis Support Services. I'd like to introduce you to Mary Beth Adkins, Executive Director of Family Crisis, to tell you a little bit more about how her organization provides a safe place, a helping hand, and hope for families facing times of hardship.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you to Powell Valley Bank for supporting not only the work we do, but also the many organizations in the region that make our community a better place. Family Crisis has been providing services in Wise, Scott, Lee, Dickinson counties and the city of Norton, Virginia for over 44 years. At Family Crisis Support Services, we are there for people during some of the most difficult moments of their lives. We serve individuals and families experiencing domestic and sexual violence, homelessness, poverty, and other crises throughout Southwest Virginia. We are excited to announce the opening of our new resource center, Leslie Center of Hope, in September 2026. This center will offer on-site medical care through Ballard's Mobile Health Unit, a community kitchen, laundry facilities, children's services, mental health services, support groups, dog kennels for victims fleeing violence, an outdoor playground thanks to Speedway Children's Charities, and house our Virginia Eviction Reduction Program. We are incredibly grateful to Powell Valley Bank and everyone in our community who helps ensure that when someone is in crisis, they never have to face it alone.
Tonight's School Spotlight is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
I love working with all the kids, and seeing if any of them sick, hurt, and the teachers, I always ask whatever they need. Again, I'm a little bit of clean freak. I like for it to be neat, and if I can't clean it all, then I want to make sure everybody else knows their duties and this and that and other. And I also work with the concession stands and everybody. It's just been 36 years of it, and quicker than what I thought. I've got 2 daughters, and one, she's actually a teacher here also, and they've always been at least 8 or 10 youngins at my house at any given time. So, and then my grandkids. Sports, I'm not no coach, but I like to be there side of them and see who gets what and does what. So far, I've been at every one of the football games, and I'll hit and miss some of the volleyball and hit and miss some of the basketball. It's going to take every one of us to work together, and that's what I try to do. If anybody needs any help, I try to jump in, do what I can do.
You're watching the TerraTech Engineering Halftime Show, serving 4 states with engineering, surveying, and design services since 1997.
Welcome back. Ridgeview on top of Southern Gap, 34-0 here at halftime. Time now for the UVA-wise School Educator Spotlight.
Educator Spotlight is sponsored by UVA-wise.
Hi, I am Jeremy Lively, and I'm on campus at the beautiful University of Virginia's College at Wise. I'm joined by the Chancellor at UVA Wise, and they are on board again for 2026 for Friday Night Rivals as our Educator Spotlight. It seems like every time I'm up here, it gets bigger and better, but I know a real focus for you is growing with purpose. Could you speak to that just a little bit?
Yes, certainly. It's an important idea or concept to have about growth. And we've developed new programs for students to attract them to come to the college, including some graduate programs. So we have a new Master's of Science in Data Analytics, which I think is going to be received very well here in the region.
When you are with them and they're on campus for the first time, what do you find students get the most surprised by when they're actually here?
I think the fact that they actually see me on campus, I live here. I always tell the students at orientation, if you live on campus, I'm your neighbor. You will see me out and about with the dogs. We'll chat in the morning. And I think they're a little surprised by that, but, I just say to them, I'll see you at the football games. I will see you at your activities. They do a karaoke night, and I'll, be there with them for that too.
Well, that is great. Well, on behalf of Friday Night Rivals and WCYB, we would like to thank you again for UVA's Wise's continued partnership as being Friday Night Rivals Educator Spotlight.
The Dobbins Bennett Indians versus the Gate City Blue Devils are Toyota's Friday night rivals, September 4th on News 5. Join the News 5 sports team as they bring you live game action of some of the biggest and oldest football rivalries in the region. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Powell Valley National Bank. You're watching the TerraTech Engineering Halftime Show, serving 4 states with engineering, surveying, and design services since 1997.
Time now for a word from our halftime sponsor tonight, TerraTech Engineering.
Our halftime sponsor for this game is Billy Campbell, and CEO and president of TerraTech Engineering, and we're so glad to have you guys to be on board. And the services that you do in this area are so many. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we're a full service engineering company. We do from mining engineering, civil engineering, environmental engineering, structural engineering, geotechnical. We do quality control. So we're involved in a whole lot. We're not just here in Buchanan County. We service the whole region, from Kentucky to Tennessee to West Virginia and Virginia. So we were licensed in all 4 states. But we've been involved in some major projects over the last couple of years, and one of our favorites has been the Southern Gap High School. So the new school up there, we did all the site work for it, all the geotechnical work, the design of everything you see on the outside up there. We basically had our hand in, and it's been an exciting job.
That it has. Now, with history of 250 for America this year, we've been celebrating all year long, 70th anniversary. There's a lot of history in this company.
Oh yes, we started out as a mining company. We were here when the coal boom was going on. We've been through the lows and the highs, but we've actually homegrown most of our engineers. So we love the guys we've got here working for us, and we've got a quality staff.
So what do they do if they need to contact you?
Contact us at tte-pc.com or 276-935-4191, and we would love to do some work for you. So
who are you rooting for tonight?
So tonight I want to just say, go Eagles.
What can you say more about that?
You're watching the TerraTech Engineering Halftime Show, serving 4 states with engineering, surveying, and design services since 1997.
It's 34-0 Ridgeview at halftime. Time now to hear from some of the administrators of the schools tonight.
Educator Spotlight is sponsored by UVA Wise.
It's time now for the UVA Wise Educator Spotlight. Joining me now is Mike Owens, the principal of Ridgeview, and Mark Cooper, the principal of Southern Gap. Mr. Cooper, we'll start with you. This has been the first week of school officially in the books now. How would you describe the excitement? What's it been like getting this new school up and running?
Well, it's been great. The kids have came together, the communities have come together with the crowd you see here tonight and then with their neighbors from Dixon County. I couldn't ask for a better start for the school year. For everybody coming together and meshing and becoming one family, an Eagle family.
Mr. Owens, for Ridgeview, obviously you went through this consolidation many years ago, but it's a new school year. What is that like when it's a new school year? How excitement is that on campus?
It's really exciting to have everybody back this year. The kids have been great. We have great kids. We've got great staff. We have great community. This is something Mr. Cooper said, right? Like, you look at the people around, it's exciting. It's going to be a good game. I'm really looking forward to the new year.
What are some things going on around school in the days and weeks ahead here? Anything you want to promote?
Sure. We got volleyball's they've already played a couple games. We got, of course, the football season's just kicking off. Cross country's going. Golf's going. A lot of things going on. Come out and support us, and I'll be glad to see everybody.
How about for Southern Gap? What's it like with the community? Any big events you guys want to promote?
Well, our golf had won the first match in school history last week. Our football team won the first football game in school history. Volleyball, hopefully on Monday we get Wise Central. Hopefully we can get a win there. We'd like for everyone to come out next week and support our girls playing volleyball or a cross-country team. And then our golf and our football course next week at Waco. We're excited about everything going on at Southern Gap.
Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the second half of the game. This is the UVA Wise Educator Spotlight.
Thanks for watching the TerraTech Engineering Halftime Show, serving 4 states with engineering, surveying, and design services since 1997.
Welcome back to our halftime show here. We are joined now by Greg Tester, the head coach of Southern Gap. Coach, what were the biggest challenges that Ridgeview presented to you guys in the first half?
Oh, yeah, man. We know, like I said, we're coming into this game, I think we had to win the line scrimmage. And, who's winning the line scrimmage. Right now, Ridgeview's winning the line scrimmage on us. We just got to come out and win our individual play. I told the guys at halftime, man, we just got to come out and show some grit and show some heart. And one play at a time, just try to do the best we can to get back in this thing. But anyway, like I said, we knew what we were coming into, and I think we had a little bit of momentum there first when we had a stop on the defensive series. But I think the punt, and we had to give up the punt return, that kind of flipped the momentum a little bit. And then they took off from there. But like I said, man, Ridgeview's a good football team. And like I said, we're just going to come out this second half and just try to win our individual play until we win their individual battle.
Yeah, Coach, I know you have to be proud of you guys coming out and fighting, but Ridgeview was able to break some big runs there to get into the end zone. It wasn't like 5 yards at a time going down the field. It was, you had them at the line of scrimmage, and they were able to break loose.
Yeah, man, that's what we talked about in the locker room. We just got to wrap, and we missed some tackles, and, I think we filled some gaps and plugged some holes. But, those backs run hard, and, hats off to Ridgeview, man. They're a good football team. But like I said, my guys just got to come back out and try to find something, get something going.
Coach, thank you for the time, and best of luck in the second half.
All right.
All right, here are some highlights we're going to check out from the game here tonight. It was a lot of Ridgeview, Coach. We got Braxton Deal with a touchdown run here for Ridgeview. Alex Grant had 3 touchdowns in the first half. It was all Wolfpack. Here's one from Grant that Blankenship almost had him, but he was able to stay on his feet for the touchdown.
Yeah, he was able to dive into the end zone right there. You can see him extend it. He extended on his first touchdown. Here we got Hill running up the middle, cutting to the outside, and getting into the end zone for 6 more points for the Wolfpack.
Let's check out some halftime numbers, and Ridgeview jumps out. Look at the total yards, 223 to 15.
Yeah, they've Southern Gap's had a lot of miscues in the backfield, and plus, we talked about it the whole first half, how many people that they have at the line of scrimmage to stop Ridgeview. So just like Coach Tester was talking about, they haven't established a line of scrimmage either offensively or defensively. So we'll see how well they tackle here in the second half, and if they can stop the Wolfpack. Of course, they're kicking off here first, and so you got Grant back there deep. We'll see how deep they kick it, and we might see an onside kick right here to start the second half.
A beautiful shot from the Sky 5 drone powered by Steve Huff Plumbing here as we're getting ready for the third quarter to get underway here on News 5. It's the first game of the year for Ridgeview, game 2 for Southern Gap. The Eagles beat Holston last week 22-6 right here on this field. Coach Tester said it was such an electric atmosphere last week. Another great crowd here tonight. Not the result they wanted in the first half, but we got another 24 minutes of football to go here. Where second half is officially underway. That kickoff is going out of bounds, so not bad. At least that way you avoid a big return by kicking it out of bounds.
Going to be an excellent field position for Ridgeview. They're going to be outside their own 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. But it looks like the ball went out to about the 38, so they'll mark it off from there.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team. 5 yards added to the where it went out. First down.
So they got the plus 40-yard line that time with the 5-yard penalty where it went out near the 37-yard line.
The ball's going to get the 43-yard line. So good field position for Ridgeview, who scored 28 points in the second quarter. First play is going to be Hill on a toss down the left-hand side. And Colin Hill, one play, goes 57 yards for his second touchdown of the game. Coach, that was pretty easy.
They made it look easy because they had outstanding blocking over there on that left-hand side. Unbelievable blocking by the offensive line and the backs over there. You can see it was sort of that wildcat formation, single wing formation, blocking on the outside right there. A great block by number 1, great block by Grant sealing inside, Yates on the outside sealing, and Colin Hill, you can see the speed that he has, able to pull away from Blankenship there to get in the end zone for 6 more quick points here to start the third quarter.
That makes it 40-0 Ridgeview. Extra point is up. That one is good. Line drive makes it 41-0. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals on News 5 WCYB.
Financial Literacy is sponsored by Northeast Community Credit Union.
Wire investment fraud is on the rise and it's hitting people right here at home. Every day, scammers are out there trying to convince you to wire money based on lies and promises that are simply not true. They say you'll get quick returns and huge profits with no risk at all. However, that is simply not true. And the numbers tell the story. According to the FBI's IC3 report, in 2023, Americans lost over $4.5 billion to investment scams. Fast forward to 2025, and that number has exploded to over $8.5 billion. Investment fraud is now the #1 driver of cybercrime losses. So how does it start? Let me give you the most common setup. Friend of a friend referral. Scammers dig through your social media, learn who you know, and claim your friends or family are investing with them. Now here's how you protect yourself. Look for red flags like wiring money to a third party or returns that sound too good to be true. Slow down and do your own research. Don't rely on information someone else gives you. Ask questions. Any legitimate business will welcome your questions and your concerns, because at the end of the day, your money, your future, and your peace of mind matter, and slowing down could be the difference between a smart decision and a costly mistake. If you have any questions, please contact us at Northeast Community Credit Union. your community's credit union.
Night has fallen here in Buchanan County. The final Friday in the month of August. Ridgeview rolling tonight 41-0 over Southern Gap. 10:26 remaining here in the third quarter. The Sky 5 drone powered by Steve Huff Plumbing. Thank you to Keith Roberts and Jason Hutchinson, our drone pilots, for 98% of the games we do on Friday Night Rivals. They're two of the best in the business here. We get Blankenship on the run, fielding that one. Nice return out across the 30, almost to the 35-yard line. We will have a running clock now because the margin is greater than 35 points.
That was a great return by Blankenship, and it was really good defense right there on that kickoff return team, staying in your lanes, breaking down, and making the tackle. So you really had two good plays by what you're supposed to do on the kickoff team and the kickoff return team. We'll see if the Eagles can get something going here on offense.
Just seeing here on Ridgeview's defense, they have Hill, Grant. They have their first-team defense out there for their first possession of the second half. Southern Gap will start at the 34-yard line.
Still in their wing T offense. And what happened on that play right there, the penetration, the defense was able to get upfield to slow it down, and the lineman wasn't able to get there to trap. The back got out in front of him, so there's a loss of yardage on that play. Just the penetration at the line of scrimmage, what Coach Tester talked about there at halftime, that they got to establish a line of scrimmage, and right then Ridgeview was able to sneak in there.
As Braylon Moore on the tackle, loss of 2, be 2nd and 12. And we touched on it in the first half with Southern Gap, with this being the second year of a 2-year cycle. They are in the Southwest District, but not eligible for their championships, but they can make the playoffs if they finish in the top 8 of the rating system. So they're kind of playing almost like Grundy's schedule from last year with a couple different games here and there. In a perfect world, they probably would have. You would have loved to have joined when a new cycle was beginning. Just didn't work out that way.
Yeah, that's what happens. You're in the middle of the cycle, and you know the other teams in the district, they can't really drop their games, drop their schedule. So that makes it a little tough there that first year. But they'll get things ironed out there, especially the 28 football season, and everything will be on track. And so they'll be
27.
27 football season. They'll be on track to make things happen.
Because their schedule, they'll play Graham, Virginia High, Marion.
Lebanon's dropping down
dropping down.
They're dropping down. They've been up and down a lot, and they're going back down to single A.
Marion has requested. I believe they're trying to drop down to Class 1, but that's to be determined yet. They're going to find that out here, I think, in the next week or so. Whited is running for his life. Does a great job coming back to the left. Aiden Whited, he steps out of bounds. He ran maybe 35 yards for a gain of 8.
He definitely, I was thinking he was running close to 50 yards. They had him all the way over to the numbers on the other side of the field. Just an unbelievable scramble and making people miss. And some guys had good angles on him, and he was able to get around them. So, we'll see what happens here.
We had a Ridgeview player a little shaken up. That was Landon Yates, but he's running off the field. The trainer made his way all the way across, and Yates beat him back to the other side.
Landon Yates, he's a pretty fast guy. He's one of those guys that runs track for Ridgeview. He's an excellent long jumper. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's probably okay by running across the field like that.
Third and 6 for Southern Gap. Whited going to look to throw it here.
Oh, and
it's almost intercepted by Hill. Dropped it.
And if you look at that, in the zone coverage that they had, they read that pass play, and there's 5 guys back there sort of covering the flats that time, and looks like it hits Hill right in the hands, and he drops the ball right here. Watch it, number 13 right here. Just eyeing the quarterback, staying in his zone, watching, and here comes the ball.
That's why he's a running back, right?
Oh, he can't believe it. I can tell you, Hill's got good hands, But on that play right there, Southern Gap comes away, and now they got to punt the ball away.
Is that something on film his teammates can give him some crap about that because they're up 41-0?
Yeah, they'll say, well, you won't get your name in the paper for an interception. I don't know what Ridgeview's keys were on that, but they were dropping back for pass coverage that time.
Player for Southern Gap was sent off, so the referee stopped the play there.
Yeah, the play clock hadn't even started, so they got plenty of time.
4th and 6, under 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Ridgeview's coming after this one.
It looked like that Southern Gap just let him go. We're getting down the field quick, and you can see Grant the ball hits the ground, so he's letting it go and not taking a chance with all those Eagles down there ready to make the tackle.
The clock continues to run here in the running clock situation, 41-0. Ridgeview on top of Southern Gap. We're going to take a timeout, though, on this change of possession. You're watching Friday Night Rivals. We want to thank iGo for sponsoring tonight's live stream. You can live stream this game on WCYB's Facebook page, YouTube page, and our website, WCYB.com, all courtesy of iGo. Thank you for being our live stream sponsor of tonight's broadcast. The Sky 5 drone still flying high here at Southern Gap. Steve Huff Plumbing, our drone sponsor. We've got the best drone pilots in the business tonight. Beautiful night for high school football. We're 2 for 2 so far with great weather. Last week, several places did get rain during the games, but we did not down at David Crocker.
You got to thank Dave Dirks for that. I mean, he's weatherman. He's done an outstanding job here these 2 weeks. Now, it's hard to tell what's going to happen because he's retiring. I mean,
Dave was out here tonight earlier. It was so nice to see so many people wanted to come take a picture, just saying thank you for everything you've done. It was so nice of Mark Cooper, the principal here at Southern Gap. They presented Dave with a plaque, as did State Senator Todd Pillion in Virginia as well. So Dave deserves all of this. I know he doesn't like it, but he deserves all of it. And we're telling him, Dave, just enjoy it. You deserve it. But that's just the type of guy he is, so humble. He doesn't like the recognition, but we told him you just have to deal with it because you're going to get it, and it's well-deserved.
Yeah, and he's in every house in Dickinson County and Buchanan County and the rest of Southwest Virginia and Upper East Tennessee, even going down into Kentucky and North Carolina, so everybody knows Dave.
Gain of 2 there on first down for Ridgeview. A little option here by the Wolfpack. First time we see that, and it's going to work to perfection out across the 45. That's Wallace out to midfield.
Wallace took the pitch there on the option from Deal. Might be a flag on the field back there, probably near the line of scrimmage.
Wallace is
let's see what happens.
My play all for naught there. All that running I did for nothing.
Yeah, great run by Wallace that time, but we'll see what the call is.
Holding, offense, number 71, 10-yard penalty, replay, second down.
So that penalty negates a big play there for Ridgeview.
Yeah, the thing about that, you got a holding on a lineman, and he, on the option, he's pitching it on the outside. So, lineman really didn't have a whole lot to do that time. If you just get your head on the side the ball's going to, and get your shoulder upfield, and hopefully get up there to a linebacker at the second level. So we bring that back. The good pitch by Deal that time and a good run by Wallace.
Second and long for Ridgeview. Approaching 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Deal's going to throw it. It's complete on the outside to Grant. Alex Grant down the sidelines. You're not going to catch him. There's his 4th touchdown. He's getting closer, Coach, to his sheep total. He's got 13 sheep, 4 touchdowns.
And, you add that in there. He sort of did, I don't know if the people at home can see this or not, but I think it's going to show up real well. Once he caught that ball, he did like a little hesitation move. And so the defense relaxed just a little bit, and then he turned it on. Right here, watch this. A beautiful play to the outside. He makes a good catch. Next man coming up, seems like he hesitated, then he just turns on the jets, and it's bye-bye.
Grant was pretty worn out after running all that distance there. You saw him bending over, trying to catch his breath. He has put in a big performance tonight, and I have a feeling that might have been the last time we see him on the field in this one.
Yeah, that was just a little out there. They were hoping to get some positive yardage back, maybe get a first down, and you could see the defender, he slipped and fell down, and then that left the safety coming over, so you got 6 more points on the board.
48-0, Ridgeview on top of Southern Gap, and Alex Grant making a case for potentially our player of the week that the sports department decides. So we'll have to see what else has happened across games tonight. But certainly Grant, you would have to say, is under consideration, I would say.
The amount of yardage he's had per touch tonight is going to be hard to beat.
He scored 3 different ways: a punt return, receiving, and rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. And so 4 tonight, 3 last week, so that gives him 7 on the year. He's getting close to the total of sheep.
That's true. Now, last week's don't count officially, but...
So you're saying you don't count those sheep?
I don't count those sheep. I count these sheep tonight.
I think he's going to catch up with his sheep by the time the year is over.
That is a safe bet, yes. Very good here. Just over a minute now remaining in the third quarter. Deal is going to boot this one away over the head of Blankenship into the end zone, so that'll be a...
Oh, no, he's running it out.
Once it goes in the end zone,
went into the end zone. Yeah, you can't run it out of the end zone. Yeah, that's an automatic safety there. I thought, what's happening here?
He's a freshman. He's got
getting the ball on the 20-yard line, so that's good.
You'd rather do that and then have him blow the whistle than just assume,
Yeah, you want the ball. As a coach, I loved it when it went into the end zone when we're kicking the ball. We get a relaxed set our defense and now get ready for that first play.
Southern Gap does not have to run a play here. The game clock is at 20 seconds. They have not started the play clock yet here, so they can let this third quarter clock expire if they want to.
Yeah, they're taking their time to get out there. I think we got some new players in, maybe on both sides. We'll see here.
They're going to let the third quarter clock expire. That's the end of the third quarter. It's 48-0. Ridgeview on top of Southern Gap. You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Welcome back to Southern Gap High School. Next week, we will be in Gate City. Dobbins Bennett making the short trip from Kingsport, Tennessee across the state line to Gate City, Virginia for the first time since 1970. The Indians will play at Legion Field. Last year, Dobbins Bennett beat Gate City 28-20 in Kingsport. I think people may already be lined up at Legion Field for that one next week.
Oh, it's going to be unbelievable. And you got Gate City in Virginia, but that's really the closest team that they can play is Dobbins Bennett because Sullivan North is closed down now. They're part of West Ridge, and I'm sure some of their students might go to DB, some might go to Gate City. So, yeah, that's the closest game on their schedule. So, big time. But the big difference is you got a 6A high school in Dobbins Bennett, and you got a 2A high school in Gate City. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting game next year, and Gate City played right with them there last year, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, last year was a one possession game, and a lot of people at that game said if it was a 5-quarter football game, Gate City may have won that game last year, but can't wait to get that one tonight. Gate City won last night. They played their opener against Richlands, won 49-0. So Gate City had a good start to the season as this first play, the fourth quarter, is a nice run for Southern Gap. Dobbins Bennett, meanwhile, they lost last week at home to Knox Central, one of the top 5A teams in the state, by 1 point. Tonight, they're on the road in Asheville, North Carolina, and last score I get, it's 32-31. Asheville is up by 1 point in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they do not have an easy schedule.
No. Second down and 3 for Southern Gap.
Had a little motion that time, handing off to the fullback up the middle. They went to the double wing set, took a halfback out of the backfield, put him at a wing. A little reverse out action there, running off that left-hand side.
That was Caden Justice. And how about for Dobbins Bennett? Next week will be their third game of the season. They will play a team from a third different state. They play a team from Tennessee, North Carolina, and Virginia as a Zach's first down there for Southern Gap. Well-traveled team.
A well-traveled team, and that just tells you how hard it is for them to get games. They got to travel to 2 other states.
And we get the first completed pass in school history for Southern Gap here in the fourth quarter. That's another Zach's first down. And that'll go down in history. Caden Justice, that'll be the trivia question. Who caught the first pass in Southern Gap history? Caden Justice.
You could see him coming across, sneaking out into the flats there. Linebacker's covered inside. He's able to get wide open. Great pass into the flats. Picked up a big first down there over in Ridgeview side of the field here. It looks like they're on about the 48-yard line.
And Braden White will be the trivia question, or the answer to who threw the first completed pass in Southern Gap history. Braden White's taken over quarterback for Aiden Whited. That carry there from Reed Stiltner for Southern Gap.
Stiltner running hard over there on the left-hand side. He pulled the lineman over on the right side. You see that all the time in the wing T offense. Was able to hit it up in there and get good positive yardage. Looked like he picked up about 8 yards, Casey. So the clocks are running, but they're picking up yardage here in this fourth quarter.
Second and 2. That's going to be another Zach's home first down for Southern Gap. The Eagles have some momentum on this drive. That is Harvey Cooper on the carry, his first carry, the sophomore.
Yeah, number 53, Sutherland, was pulling around through there, got over there, and there wasn't anybody for him to hit. And so just staying right behind him, picking up more positive yardage, and, another big first down inside the 30.
A lot of reserves, seeing a lot of action here in the fourth quarter for both teams. It's going to be Stiltner this time on first down. He's inside the 25. There's a penalty flag that comes in.
Yeah, that was 53 Hancock for the Southern Gap there. I was giving you Ridgeview's 53. So, yeah, there's a little mess up there. Let's straighten that out for the people, the families at home. These guys are out here playing hard, the fourth quarter of the football game, and they're Southern Gap Eagles. They wanted to get into the end zone.
Defense, number 17. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
So a face mask against Ridgeview. See some future Eagles in the crowd here.
Oh, yeah, they're excited. Got that jersey on like playing Pee Wee football. Excitement. He's really excited.
Inside the Toyota red zone is Southern Gap for the first time tonight as we approach 8 minutes left in the ball game. See if Southern Gap can find the end zone for the first time here. White is going to throw it into the end zone. It is complete for a touchdown. It's caught by Mason Rife.
First touchdown in school history.
Touchdown pass, yeah.
Yeah, great touchdown pass. Just a little waggle, read to the outside, had a guy open underneath as well, but you're going to throw it to the guy that's open in the end zone. You see it coming out here. Just puts it out there, beats the cornerback.
Mason Rife, a freshman, making that touchdown catch for Southern Gap, and they will line up and go for two here. White kind of stumbles, regains his footing. He throws it in the back of the end zone. It is complete to Rife again, so they get all 8 points on that drive. It's 48-8. We're taking a timeout here on Toyota's Friday Night Rivals on News 5 WCYB.
Local 538. Skilled, trained, union strong.
It's done a lot for us. It's made us middle class. My papa retired in the mid-'70s and probably one of the first people to draw off of our pension, defined benefit pension. We only started it in 1970, but he's probably one of the first ones to draw from it. And my dad, of course, he passed away before he could draw it, but he was looking forward to it. It's done a lot for me. I've been retired for 7 years and drawn well over $300,000 from the pension. The pension pays me until I pass away, and then it'll pay my benefactor until they pass away. It leaves something for the family. First of all, the training. The training's it's a 5-year Department of Labor certified apprenticeship program, and when you come out, you know something. The good wages, it also increases your Social Security when you retire. The more you make, the more you draw. The security, there's over 300 locals in the U.S. and Canada, all 50 states, all 12 provinces, and if they're out there if you want to go to work, if they don't have anything here at the house. Plus, on the training side, it was HVAC, plumbing, welding, pipe fitting, instrumentation. We're combined local, combination local.
Local 538. Skilled, trained, union strong.
Welcome back to Southern Gap High School. 7:44 left here in the fourth quarter. Southern Gap just scored their first touchdown of the game. They had their first completed pass in school history on that drive with their first touchdown pass in school history. Went 6 plays, 80 yards, took 4 minutes off the clock. That return there was by McFall for Ridgeview.
I'm hoping he's cramping up and didn't hurt his knee there, but I think that might be the situation.
These kids are fired up to be on TV tonight here late in the ball game. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, look how cute.
This one, thumbs down. Yeah, she's an Eagles fan.
Yeah, she's maybe one of those other kids took her ice cream or something. What do you think?
I think she's just a fan. She knows her team's losing by 40 points.
Yeah, she's not happy, but we had a lot of happy kids there.
Congratulations to Brandon
They'll look
Miller.
back for pictures in years to come and remember this night.
So Ridgeview's offense now, a lot of backups in. We'll get you those names as they will bobble there. This is going to be Randall Rose, a freshman. He's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, you can see there they're still staying with that single wing offense there. Wildcats, but that was definitely a single wing look there.
It looked like Randall Rose and Cam Justice were the two in the backfield. First varsity experience for these freshmen as well, so nice for them to get this under the belt in game 1 of the season.
And I know the Eagles are wanting to get a stop here to get that ball back. They had a lot of penetration on the last play.
This time it's going to be Justice off the right side. Cam Justice gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he had a little speed there, cutting it up the field there. I thought he had an opportunity, that single wing there. You can see the lineman pulling to get around there to help out, but defense was able to get upfield to stop him. So it's 3rd and 10 here, and that usually it doesn't work well for a running team at 3rd and 10 after being stopped 2 previous plays. We'll see what they draw up here. Spending a little extra time in the huddle. Lots of times that means a pass.
Play clock is under 10 here as Ridgeview's just getting to the line.
They might have to call a timeout if they don't want to take a 5-yard penalty here, because they're going to get a 5-yard penalty.
Flag is thrown for, I believe, delay of game. They even gave them an extra second or 2 on top of that. They're like, we don't want to do this, guys, but you gave us no choice.
Yeah, that. So now you got 3rd and 15, and
ball, delay game, offense, number 8, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
they're ready to go. They're running the same play, so we don't have to worry about taking extra time now.
Next week,
nope, they're going back and huddling up.
Ridgeview will have their home opener against Honaker, who had a big win last night. They rallied from 13 down in the 4th quarter, beat Lebanon by a point. They did lose, though. Their sophomore sensation at quarterback, Parker Lowe, broke his collarbone in the 1st quarter on their first drive of the game. They rallied to win without him, but that's going to really change Honaker's outlook for the season as long as he's out.
Yeah, it is. But, the good thing about that for Honaker, I mean, it's bad. That's the bad part. But they've got a week to practice before they play their next game after a big win against the arch rival Lebanon. And but one of the top quarterbacks in Southwest Virginia and just a sophomore. And after all those, the number of yards he put up last year and the touchdown passes, you're thinking this year even bigger and better. And he gets injured there, goes down the 1st quarter.
Even if he wasn't injured, I think Honaker is going to have a tough challenge going to Ridgeview, but without him, it's going to make it even that much more difficult.
Yeah, that sort of usually your second-team guy does not throw the ball anywhere like your first-team guy.
Southern Gap doesn't even have anybody back for that punt that goes out of bounds for Ridgeview, so their punt team able to get some more practice in here. That was Connor Ramey on the punt. As for Southern Gap, they're going to hit the road for the first time. Their first 2 games were at home. It's no easier for them. They're going to Rye Cove next week, who played in the Single A state championship game last year. And they started the season in week 0 with a win over Class 3 Lord Botetourt up at Emory and Henry. They won 12-9.
That is unbelievable to me that Coach Collier down there and his staff at Rye Cove have done an unbelievable job. I mean, it's just off the chart. I don't know how many people outside of Rye Cove gave them a chance last week to beat Lord Botetourt. But they play at Emory. They beat Lord Botetourt, and on the last drive there in the fourth quarter, just it says a lot for the Eagles of Rye Cove.
And they're off this week because they played week 0, so Rye Cove has 2 weeks to get ready for Southern Gap. And it'll be their home opener at Rye Cove. And I'm so excited. We have done a couple of Rye Cove games the last few years, but they've been on the road. We're doing a game at Rye Cove for the first time this year when Eastside comes to town. I can't wait to get to Rye Cove for that one.
Yeah, and Eastside is something that in all my years of coaching I've never seen. They have all 22 starters back, 11 on offense, 11 on defense this year. They had no seniors on the roster there last year, and so everybody's back starting again.
There's a nice run there by Caden Justice for a Zach's Home first down. Here's our Friday Night Rivals schedule. We got 8 games left after tonight. Happy Valley and Hampton, they're both 2-0 and scoring a ton of points. That might be the first of 50 when we do that game at Hampton. Tennessee High, Abingdon, intriguing. Union, you mentioned they have a new coach, and Coach Harless, who was at Lord Botetourt. He leaves, comes back to Southwest Virginia. He went to Abingdon High School, but he led Lord Botetourt, a Class 3 school, 3 different times at the state championship. Never won it, but he got him there 3 times. So Union just keeps on rolling.
Union, they hired an outstanding coach there to get the job done, and Coach Harless, outstanding lineman at Abington High School, goes to Emory and Henry College. All he does is make All-American at Emory and Henry College, and so now he's back down there at Big Stone Gap, and those people are crazy about football. So, yeah, we've got some good games on our schedule this year, Casey. I'm looking forward to a lot of games on our schedule. Every week there's an outstanding team.
Obviously, this game, not close tonight, but this was more of a celebration for Southern Gap. The new school. It was so nice to be up here as Southern Gap's trying to try and get on the board here at the end of this one. There's Harvey Cooper up the middle as we're under 45 seconds left in this one. And again, I know you told me this last year that it said Southern Gap, they have a lot of kids in that middle school that were doing fantastic, and so the future is bright for Southern Gap.
Yeah, down the road, Southern Gap's going to win a lot of football games. It's always a struggle anytime that you consolidate. It's tough to bringing everybody together, but like Mr. Cooper said there, and I actually know him as Coach Cooper. He coached for years. He was talking about how the communities come together, how the players and everybody. And
there's an incomplete pass that ends the ball game right there. So the final score, 48-8, all Ridgeview tonight with the win over Southern Gap. We'll be back and talk to Coach Grant to hear his thoughts on his team's win. 48-8 the final on Friday Night Rivals. Well, welcome back. Ridgeview wins 48-8 over Southern Gap. They start the year 1-0 with a win tonight. They're 1-0. They get to play Honaker next week at home, and Southern Gap will go to Rye Cove. Coach Grant tried to put the headset on here, and hopefully he'll be able to hear us this time.
I got you, y'all.
Got the Friday Night Rivals trophy. Coach, all right, you guys get the win here. How do you describe your team's play their first game of the season? How do you like what they did tonight?
Great effort. You know, we said we need to come out and establish some things, and I thought, you know, once it got into the second quarter, we really took control of the game.
Yeah, Coach, you got to be proud of the way the guys ran tonight behind some good blocking on the line, and you had a lot of people to get carries and picked up big yardage after first contact. I mean, making people miss as well.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. We talked about, you know, the first quarter, you know, the runs might be 5 and 6 yards runs, but the more it goes, them 5 and 6 yard runs they'll turn into 12 and 15 yard runs.
Coach, we'll give that trophy to your players. Enjoy the win. Congratulations, and enjoy that ice cream on Monday.
All right, appreciate you.
That is Kent Grant, the head coach of Ridgeview. They started a tradition a couple years ago. If they get a win, they get ice cream Monday.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal. We used to have Pizza Monday, and it turned into Papa John's Pizza. But, hey, let me tell you, ice cream this time of the year, I wouldn't turn it down.
It's a happy bunch of Wolfpack there. They get a couple of trophies as well. They got this trophy with this game with Southern Gap as well. So a lot of fun there. Total domination for Ridgeview tonight. We want to thank our sponsors who do a fantastic job. Without them, we would not be able to do this broadcast. The local Toyota dealers, Powell Valley National Bank, Food City, TerraTech Engineering, Zach's Home, Northeast Community Credit Union, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 538, UVA Wise, Steve Huff Plumbing, iGo Technologies, and Jersey Mikes. For our fantastic crew, Jim Denton, our stat man, Coach Colley, I'm Casey Getz. We've got the upcoming schedule as well. Here it is for Friday Night Rivals. Next week we'll be at Gate City, Dobbins-Bennett at Gate City. Again, Gate City's 1-0. Not sure how Dobbins-Bennett finished up tonight, but we can't wait to be there next week.
Exciting schedule for us. A lot of happy people down there on the field for Ridgeview. You can see some of their parents and fans coming on the field. The Eagles will regroup and be ready for next year.
So for our entire crew, Jim Denton, Coach Colley, Casey Getz, thank you for everybody watching. We'll see you next week in Gate City as Dobbins-Bennett comes to town as we start the month of September. Say goodnight from Southern Gap.